And then what's left, Chris? There was one more, I think.
We good.
Okay, we're caught up. All right, awesome. So so we talked about who you are, a little bit of your military background. So can you tell us about your marriage in the past?
Laughing right away. What a joke.
Listen, that whole thing is nothing but a boatload of pain. Okay, because I've been to war. I almost got killed twice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's been a couple times where I've taken some substantial injuries. All right, the worst pain that you can endure is emotional pain. Physical pain, I'm good. All right, take a pill or walk it off or wait. Sooner or later it'll quit hurting or you'll die. I mean, emotional pain that could last 1 minute, 8 minutes, 1 second, 8 seconds. It could last the rest of your life if you let it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and when I decided to get married, I took some time in the National Guard Reserve,
mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to still do the high speed stuff, but in the Reserve or National Guard unit.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get married and have kids because she's different. She loved me. Nope. Nope. Didn't happen. And the thing is you learn a lot about people when you need them the most, right?
Yeah.
So I came back from Iraq wounded. I got blown up and I was healing. And my ex-wife basically in her mind drew a red line through my name and decided to process more wood through her pussy than a wood chipper. I'm telling you, she's processed more DNA than a paternity lab. It's insane. I mean, and when I found out what was going on, I'm like, oh my God.
Do you want to tell us the story? So you went off, yeah, go ahead. So you went off to Iraq.
Yeah.
For our international viewers, guys, you guys know we went into war with Iraq in 2003. So you got deployed. At the time you were in the Army, and take us through it, man. And then what led to it?
Right to
the divorce. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
sure.
well, I was in the Company F425 Long Range Reconnaissance Airborne Infantry Unit, and I had been a platoon sergeant there for quite some time. I got moved over into operations, and eventually became the first sergeant when we deployed forward. And I could talk for hours on the clusterfuck that is a war zone, because it is insane, and we're not going to do that. I get August 28th. They blow up the vehicle I'm in. I'm gutting it out.
2003?
This is 2004.
Okay.
It was 3 clicks south of Ramadi in Iraq.
Okay.
And I'm gutting it out because I'm the first sergeant now, and my commander's completely incompetent.
Okay. And gutting it out means you're sticking it out even though you got injured.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was as serious as it was because, we went right to the aid station after we towed the vehicles in.
IED?
Yeah.
So were you in a truck or armored truck?
I was in a Humvee.
A Humvee.
I usually sit behind the driver.
Okay.
So I can control the vehicle.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, in a Humvee, it's really wide.
Okay.
Okay. And they added all of these extra systems like, Blue Force Tracker and all these ComSec.
Yeah.
And it's on these racks. So you can't really see the guy to the right who's supposed to be in command of the vehicle.
Oh, the driver's side is on the right-hand side.
No. The passenger technically is the commander of the vehicle, and then you have just the driver.
Okay.
But he can't hear me. I can't see him. If something goes down, I can't grab him and take his position.
Okay.
But if I'm sitting right behind him, I just lean forward. I'm like, all right, go around that.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if it's real, if they're shooting and shit's going crazy, I just that means turn right. That means turn left.
Okay.
So I could see what's going on.
Okay.
And when we got blown up, there was a bright flash of light, and it felt like you were getting hit with a wet sandbag that weighed hundreds of pounds. Like it was boom. Now I fought professionally, and it was the equivalent of getting punched in the face by like a 300-pound dude.
Wow. Okay.
So everyone else wilted. Like they went unconscious. I was the only one
conscious.
I when it happened, I'd been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had my bell rung.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna crash. No 8 count for me. I came over the back seat and grabbed the wheel until the driver came to about 30 seconds later.
Uh-huh.
And then the vehicle's still rolling. but it had ripped off a radiator and the fender was gone. And like we had like this bumper on the front of the vehicle where you open it and you put tools in it.
Yeah.
It's made of iron or steel. It weighs about 300 pounds. Gone.
Wow.
Gone. It was just boop, disappeared. We never even we looked around, and we're worried about getting ambushed, but luckily there was no RPGs or machine gun fire, and we were able to hook up a tow strap and get the fuck out of there.
And real quick, guys, we're gonna show all super chats on screen. However, we're gonna read only 20 and up, okay? Because I don't want the show to be interrupted, and we appreciate all the support as always, guys. Every single chat's gonna be shown on screen, but we're gonna read 20 and up.
And Twitch is gone, by the way.
And Twitch is oh
yeah, I was gone.
Yeah, that was a given.
Twitch fell off.
No.
Nah, just because Twitch is really sensitive, so we're like, yeah, man, we're keeping it real. So, guys, come on over to YouTube.
All right,
if you haven't already. All right, but go ahead. Sorry.
All right, so
the front gets totally blown
evaporated.
Off. You're controlling the vehicle because your guy is coming
for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and like we kept rolling because the engine was still good.
Yeah,
it overheated. It took we rolled on for like another 5 minutes to get off the X.
Yeah, of course.
And then the vehicle went dead, and then we hooked up a tow strap to it. But
yeah, so no one was shooting at you guys. Luckily. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
because normally they set it up, I would assume, as a trap.
Yeah, and they went after our vehicle because it had the Mark 19 in it.
Okay. Because they'd set up the ID, post up, and then as soon as someone goes over it, then they finish the job, right?
Yep.
Okay. Luckily, that didn't happen.
Set off the bomb, and then they open up on you, and then they run away.
Okay.
Okay, that's modern warfare.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds shitty, and it is.
Yeah.
But that's just the way the world works.
Yep. So you get injured and everything else like that. And then how long were you in Iraq? Because then
I got medevaced November 5th. And I woke up on Halloween morning with the left side of my face numb and drooping. I could not use my right hand and barely walk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And this is what year? 2004?
No,
Still?
This is 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get hurt August 28th, 2004. You're back stateside October.
November 5th.
November 5th.
Yep.
And then about a month later or so, month and a half, you're back stateside Halloween.
Well, no. On a Halloween morning, I was in Iraq and I woke up with my face drooping and my left side off.
Okay.
And it took 6 days to get me the fuck out of country.
Okay.
Because of all the bureaucracy and shit.
Of course.
And they're like, well, we don't believe he's really hurt. And luckily, the guy at the TMC I went to was a neurosurgeon in the civilian world. I walk right through the door. He's just like, all right, you sit down right now. You will take no more steps. Sit the fuck down. And he came out and gave me the neurological exams. He goes, you fucked up, bro. I think you had a stroke.
Wow.
And when you look at the MRI results, there's bleeding in the brain.
Wow.
In 3 or 4 different places. So I asked the doctor, I'm like, I got blown up in August. Why is this happening now?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Wow.
And he's just like, because your brain swelled up and it wasn't bleeding, but the irritation went away. Your body's healing and it started bleeding. That's it. That is the answer I got when I asked that. And then other than that, they're like, it's a brain thing. Okay.
Wow.
But it changed. It fucked my entire life up for a long time because, if you get a TBI, you can recover from it to an extent.
TBI stands for
traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
But you're not going to be the same.
Yeah,
it's true. It really is.
What did you notice? Like, were some of the biggest changes right away?
Well,
after
before that? I used to have a really good memory. I was a goddamn sniper for a while.
Yeah.
All right. And I could process really fast a bunch of information. Okay, I was really good at multitasking.
Yeah.
Now can't multitask. The memory's shit. But it's all been replaced with I think about things deeper. And it's one of the reasons I can't sleep is I can't shut off my brain. And most of the crazy ideas, the comedy on my channel, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. I'm like, oh shit. I pull up my brain here, write it down so I don't forget.
I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I try to go back to sleep. So
okay. So so you went through that in Iraq. So you come back November 5th.
Well, this is what happens. All right. The whole TBI thing was new
Yeah.
for the Army.
Yeah.
So I got sent to Langstuhl, Germany. I was there for 6 weeks. Okay. And the reason I was there that long is there was a bunch of wounded people from the second incursion in Fallujah.
Yeah.
So they had to take care of all them, which is not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, I got sent home to my house in Michigan for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to fly to Walter Reed, and I was there for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically put me in a study. When I got MRIs like once or twice a week, they took blood almost every single day. I had to take all of these tests and stuff. And then at the end of 3 months, I went back to my home of record, and then they had worked out a program where I could get therapy and whatever I needed,
Mm-hmm.
which was not good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the book, I wrote The Warrior's Way and the Soldier's Soul. There's a quatrain in there that says, no one heals you but you.
Yeah.
So I bought my own books, puzzles, some of the stuff you had to fucking have a prescription to buy. So that was a hard hurdle to get over, but I got them anyway. And that's what I did for like a year and a half. I was trying to heal as much as I could. And it was like living in a fog,
Mm-hmm.
like a daze.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, one day I woke up and it was like everything was clear again.
Okay.
And then I started getting, the gut feeling that my wife was stepping out on me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I remember I was in the 20th Group Special Forces when this went down.
So you're back stateside now, just so the audience knows. So you're back stateside now. It's what, end of 2004, maybe early 2005 now at this point?
Yeah, it's the middle half of 2005.
Okay. And are you back in Michigan? Or are you?
I'm back in Michigan.
You're back in Michigan, and how long have you been married at this point?
6 years.
Oh, you married her in 99.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I married her right after I fought for the FFKA world title.
Okay.
I lost, but
Hey man, fought for the world title, baby. Okay. So you guys have been married now for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she was with you when you got injured and you came back.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So, I had transferred to 20th Group Special Forces. Then they were in Chicago at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm driving back and forth, once a month usually once a month
To drill.
I drive down there and I have like this
Feeling?
gut feeling.
Mm.
And I've had it before. There's been lots of times where I'm like, okay, we're out in the war zone and I'm like, we're not doing that. We're going to take this way. And like vehicles behind us that were in other units went down the way that my gut was telling me not to go. And they got fucked up really bad.
Mm.
So I trust my gut.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there, talk to my chain of command. I'm like, hey, I think my wife is stepping out on me. And the team sergeant's like, all right, follow me, Pop. I follow him to the supply room. He goes, Pop's wife is stepping at him. Can you give him the kit?
Wow.
Yeah. It was like $500,000 to $700,000 of fucking high-tech whiz-bang equipment in there. I literally put a piece of tape on the top of my minivan and I tracked it from fucking space because we had our own satellite.
Wow.
They gave you some spook equipment.
Yeah, I was able to point a laser at windows and hear shit that was going on.
No way.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh man. Oh man.
I mean,
Oh,
who needs
uh,
a PI?
Fuck that shit.
Investigator. You don't need that no more.
For space.
That's fucking lit.
Damn.
All right, so awesome. So they literally gotcha, and I think this goes to show the importance of the male need to know, right, and confirm, right. So the crazy part is that this is so common in the military that it's like, oh, okay, let's go to supply room.
Yeah,
We gotcha.
He already knew.
Yeah.
He took it to the back.
It's happened to all these guys. And
Yeah.
I had the equipment for like 6 weeks. I took it back. I cleared the hand receipt. No big deal. No blood, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
And
What'd you find?
oh shit. Well, I basically took all of the data and uploaded it against Google Earth because that was a new product back then. And I saw everywhere my vehicle went for 20 days, 18 days.
Mhm.
You know, going back and forth to work, and then she go to somebody's house. You know and then finally, the weekend I was gone, she's in a hotel doing stuff.
Mhm.
And I went to the guy who worked there, and I told him the deal, and he's
To
like,
the,
well,
to the hotel.
the hotel.
Yeah.
He's like, hey man, you got to get a court order. I go, look, I'm a wounded veteran. My wife's stepping out on me. I just need to get a screenshot. He's like, okay. So like I confront her, and I'm like, here you go, bitch. Here's everywhere this car went. You're parked at this dude's house. I literally like.
When did you confront her with this? You probably came with a packet of all this
I
stuff.
had everything.
Okay. When did you drop it on her?
It's about 3 weeks later.
Okay. So we're maybe summertime, 2005.
No, it was it was the winter of 2005.
Winter of 2005. Okay.
Yeah. So because I filed in February of 2005.
Okay.
And and then once that happened, it is what it is. Now, luckily, when I filed for divorce, mine was filed 15 minutes before hers.
15 minutes before?
15 minutes. Because both of them were on the judge's desk. He's like, well, we're going to go to the one that's filed first. It's mine.
Wow.
Mine was very lenient. I could stay in the house, pay my portion of the bills, blah, blah, blah. No big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
This in the state of Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Just so the audience knows. Okay.
And she was lividly pissed because her divorce orders, was accusing me of physical and mental abuse.
Of course.
All kinds of other fucked up shit. I never took part in his children's life, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? I'm like, wow, this is getting real. And this is when I learned that lesson. When you go to divorce court, your soon-to-be ex-wife is your fucking enemy, and she should be treated with all of the rights that come along with that title.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of guys like, well, I didn't want to eat daughter, and that the system is so skewed against men that if you are like, yeah, well, if you lay back, you're gonna get Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're gonna get knocked the fuck out.
Wait, so when you confronted her, what did she say?
She didn't really say much. Just what can you say?
Yeah.
What can you say? I got like pictures of people walking into the hotel room from the cameras. I had the actual ledger from the hotel who rented the room, which was her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was it one guy or?
No, I found out that, if it was one person, maybe I could have tried to work through it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It was multiple.
It was unrecoverable.
Yeah.
Unrecoverable.
Would you say that most Army guys that go out, especially into the battlefield, their wives do step up because they're not there?
Yep. In fact, in my 33 years in the military, there are only 2 couples that are still together.
Wow.
Some of the most of these guys get married 2-3 times, which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna get married, try it one time, just to have kids. If it fails, don't ever do it again.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a man and you reach the age of 40, you're just gonna have to accept the fact that you're not having kids, because women in that age bracket around 40 are nothing but a slow motion train wreck.
Yo.
That's facts, though. They're at that point, they're fucking useless. I mean, people call me an asshole for saying that, but bro, 40-year-old woman is like the equivalent to like an 18-year-old guy living with his fucking mom.
Well,
Damn.
A 40-year-old woman, if she looks good, and she is healthy, she's got a 5% chance of getting married. By 40, 43 or 44, it's 2.5%.
Yeah.
And I keep it at 2.5%, but it really goes down to like nothing.
It's the same thing. It's like an 18-year-old guy that lives with his mom that has not created any value. A woman by the time she's 40 has lost her value. That's
Correct.
the truth. It's just that we don't want to tell women, the uncomfortable truths about, hey, you have a time clock. Just like men have to create, you have a time clock where you have to preserve. So,
Ain't anybody gonna wife grandma?
yeah, fuck out of here, bro.
So
And I tell them
Recreation use only.
I tell them that all the
MILF.
time.
Mhm.
And I did a comedy video on my show. It's Fun with Numbers 1 and 2,
Mhm.
where I talk about the dating dynamics and how men can always go younger and women really can't.
Yeah.
I mean, women can get younger men, but they're nothing but, the
for
bullseye
fun.
in the bar.
Yeah, it's for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the guy's practicing, so his game is good, and he takes it to a younger woman he wants to marry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So wow. So you find this out, obviously devastating. So
Oh God.
so take us through so 15 Actually, you know what? Chris, do I need to read anything? Yep. Okay, I'll read some of these real quick. We got Chris Overlord opening scene on YouTube. Okay, Chris, we're reading 20 and up though. Yeah. So yeah, guys, all super chats are gonna be shown on screen, but we're only gonna read 20 and up because I want y'all to get the sauce.
All right.
So you file like 15 minutes ahead of her, and then she goes ahead and she makes
the attorney I had did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she goes ahead and makes all these bullshit allegations about you being abusive or whatever.
It was fucking. She wanted me out of the house, supervised visitations. It was fucking insane.
Whereas you were much nicer in your stuff. Like she gets to stay in the house. Yeah. You're not necessarily taking her money or anything.
No. I thought it was being very. You know,
did she go after your TSP?
No,
she didn't go after that. Okay.
No,
did she try to go after your
No, my pension, nothing.
She didn't try to go after any of your military money.
Nope.
Okay, awesome. Thank God.
No.
Okay.
I don't think I would have handled that well. I think I'd be dead now.
Yeah. At least she didn't try. So, which is, I mean, a lot of women would try.
To be honest, I don't think her attorney was smart enough. And my attorney, because I'm talking to my attorney. I'm like, hey, she's going to go after my pension. He's like, well, I didn't mention it, and neither will I.
Yeah. There you go.
So I got over on that. But I wasn't married to her. I was only married 6 years.
Yeah.
Not 10 years in a day, then women have a much greater chance of pulling.
Even in the state of Michigan?
Yeah.
Is Michigan pro woman, pro man?
Everyone's pro woman.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, the courts are so skewed to women. It is sickening.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was referred to as a murderer and an assassin in open court.
Wow.
Like, what kind of shit is that? And they're like, Your Honor, my client is terrified of him because he's a Green Beret and he just came back from war zone. And now, luckily, the judge I had, like, oh, really? This is exactly what he goes, oh, we're going there. Okay. Well, I have some questions. How many times have the police been to his house?
Yeah.
0.
Yep.
All right. Does this person have a criminal record? No, he does not. He's actually, in the military. He's a Green Beret. Oh, he's a Green Beret. So, he's got a top secret clearance and the feds have already climbed up his ass. But somehow we're making up shit here. Is that what we're doing now?
Mm.
And it's, it kind of got shut down. But you could tell.
As it should.
You could tell, though, after that accusation was made, there was a lot of bias towards her.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you'd make a fucking crazy accusation like that when you did that on behalf of the United States. For her to enjoy that right and privilege to be in an open courtroom is defended by people like you. Correct. You know what I'm saying?
And I thought I was going to get a fair shake in court. No, nope. Mm-mm. Now, 1, I'm a man, and 2, I was in uniform.
Wow. So what ended up happening, or the final judgments?
This is what happened. So I'm living in the house. She's lividly pissed. She doesn't want me there at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I go away for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. She couldn't move? Like, what the fuck?
I get put on orders. I go to Fort Atterbury to train people on heavy machine gun, Mark 19 stuff.
Okay.
I'm there for just a hair over 2 weeks, almost 3. I do that. I come back, walk through the door. My kid's like, Daddy, which is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And my dog is missing.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, where's my dog? And she turns at me and looks at me and goes, I told you I didn't want you living here. And like, literally, I'm like, this is why chicks get punched. And then I heard good pop, about face, forward, mark. And I let it turn around, open the door, left. Because I would have wrecked her.
She killed your dog.
I got 3 different stories. But you and I have watched enough, crime shows to know when the story changes. We know what's up.
Yeah.
She had him put to sleep somewhere.
Wow.
Like, on what grounds?
Bro.
A bitch.
What the fuck?
My dog? That's like my son, bro.
Yeah. And that was horrifically punishing emotionally.
Yo, so